statement, and then we will go into questions as usual. Just raise your hand and I will call it. Coach?
Appreciate the crowd, awesome atmosphere, homecoming, all the alumni that came back, former players. Really the last 48 hours in our building. It's been awesome to see a lot of people back, so I appreciate everybody coming. UConn was always special to Coach Summit, playing in that type of game, and so a unique opportunity to kind of honor her a little bit with also with Alzheimer's awareness, and so I appreciate everybody supporting that cause. With that, I'll open it up.
David, then Rob.
Josh, you had said Thursday that you hadn't played your best 4 quarters of football yet. Do you feel like today was your best 4 quarters, or is it tough to gauge?
Don't yet, but there's a lot of really good things too. I mean, you start off with 3 defensive touchdowns. Great performance up front, on the back end, in that middle part of the football game. I wouldn't say it's our best performance that we're capable of. Got way too many penalties. There's things in efficiency offensively and defensively, in particular in pass defense, that we can be a lot better at than we were at times today. All in all, great win, good performance, but our best is still out there.
Coach, this was a day with an early kickoff, and not a name opponent. It kind of had to bring your own juice. Did you think your guys were businesslike in the way they came out and took care of business?
I thought during the performance, yes. I challenged them in the last 48 hours to make sure that we had that type of mindset. Challenged them early this morning too. This game will kick you in the butt real quick if you're not on a competitive edge. And I thought for the most part we worked today.
And then
What is allowing Joe to be so efficient right now?
Quarterback position, you got to be good enough to overcome some deficiencies at times with the guys around you, but at the same time you got to have 10 other guys playing really well around you. It's a unique combination of all of those things, and he's had his eyes on the right spot. He's been efficient with the football. He's been accurate with the football, been timely. He's controlled our protections, our run game, all of that extremely well. You put all of that together, and that's why he's playing as efficiently as he was. We created big plays in the middle of the football field today. Great to see some explosives in the pass game. Jay Wright starts it out with a big time run too. So all in all, a lot of really positive things. The guys around Joe continue to grow as well. Out on the perimeter in particular.
Break down what you saw out of Nico in his couple of series, and then a guy like Ethan Davis, knowing that he's one of the guys that could step up in that room that has some guys graduating after this year. How big was it to get him some run and get him a couple of catches?
Yeah, just the way the the season's unfolded, we haven't had a lot of opportunities for some guys that are a little bit down our depth chart, not starting to get some of that action. Nico went out. I thought he handled all parts of the game really well for the most part. There's a couple of learning opportunities for him. I thought he was timely using his feet, accurate with the football for the most part. There's a couple of things that he would want back. Really solid performance from him. Ethan Davis did a really nice job in the middle of the football field when he got the opportunity. A couple of things just in communication that he can clean up, but as a young guy, kind of anticipate some of that happening, but feel really good about the performance that he had in the run game and in the pass game too.
Adam, then Eric.
Josh, it's not a given that a quarterback will play his best ball later in the season. Joe's doing that right now. Is there anything about his makeup that you envisioned him playing better late in the year?
He's still a young starter within our system. He's been here. He's had opportunities at the end of games, but he was still new and as a starter. And there's a lot of new pieces and moving pieces around him. And good teams continue to grow and get better. This team, you guys know I've said, I like the way they prepare. I like the way they practice. We've continued to grow. And because of that, in his effort, he's continued to grow too, but the guys around him. So that's why, the efficiency here the last few weeks have been really solid.
Not every day you score 3 touchdowns defensively. I know you need to go back and watch tape. What led to some of those, turnovers and then getting in the end zone?
Matching out things on the back end, applying pressure on the front end, recognizing the route, driving on it. Tyler Barron's, I can't remember exactly how that unfolded, but he does a nice job scooping it and finally getting into the end zone. He's been close a couple times. So.
Casey?
Those 2 pick sixes to open up the second half, it seemed like the balls were just having fun at that point. What does that do for a ball game when they're able to just kind of have a lightness about them and enjoy it?
It changes the way the second half unfolds, the opportunity for us to get a lot of our younger guys in the football game early in the third quarter. With what they were doing offensively, draining the clock, there wasn't a lot of opportunities as the game unfolded late to get to get your roster in the football game. And at the end of it, we have an opportunity for guys that have very limited opportunities on the game field to get in there, and you want that for those guys. Those guys work 365 days out of the year too. It was fun to see those guys go out and play really well and finish the game out the right way.
Patrick?
Josh, Jalen gets another long touchdown run where he has the extra gear to pull away at the end. Just for a guy that came in when you got here, just to watch his growth, how much fun is it to see him play like he has this season?
Yeah, he's had huge long runs, but they've come because of the growth of him as a football player. It's not just running toss on the outside and running around everybody. He understands how to press things, understands how to fit, the read, bounce it when he needs to, staying vertical. That one hit right up the pipe. It's fun to watch a guy become a dynamic football player, understand how to play the game.
Mike?
Yeah, Josh, you referenced learning opportunities for Nico. What were the couple of things you're talking about?
Just a couple things in communication, and then fundamentally, just where his body was at on one of the throws. But man, I thought did a really good job.
Earlier in the year, you said redshirting him wasn't the plan. Is that now a possibility with the way the season?
Man, just uniquely how the season's unfolded, and so we'll see what comes. Every weekend's an adventure.
Vince in the back right.
Why was today the day to play D. Williams on offense, and what did you think of the place he was in there?
Yeah, I planned on playing him last week too, just the way things unfolded, some of the structure stuff. We're prepared to get him in the game in the situations that we were in. He's continued to grow and has a real grasp of a lot of what we're doing offensively. So the opportunity was, there this week to play him and anticipate doing that forward too.
McCarthy?
You might not like me very much for this question.
Okay, great. That's a great way to start off the question. You don't have to ask her.
I'll ask it. More kind of gave you a drive-by handshake there at the end of the game and walked off, and you look back and spoke at him. You have any reason as to why that happened?
I don't know what I did on the back end of the handshake, but they got a good football team that's played extremely hard, and they've lost a lot of close ball games. So,
Wes?
Josh, you said last week that Joe made all those plays on the run, and it's one of the better, maybe the best time you've seen a quarterback here since you've been here throw outside the pocket.
In our scramble drill,
and then he threw a couple more darts out of the pocket today. How's he? Is that just what you're talking about earlier? Some of the growth that he's shown, just for a guy to start doing that this late in his career?
He's got the ability to run the football as you continue to play and grow, understanding spatial awareness, where bodies are at, based on the schemes that you've run with, where their bodies are at, the ability to keep your eyes on the field. But it takes trust and understand that your wide receivers are going to work too, your tight ends, your running backs, that they're going to work when you break contain, that they're not just going to sit where they're at and watch you take off. So the fact that the skill guys are playing at a really high level within that, that's why it's unfolded the way that it has the last couple of weeks.
Adam?
Josh, it looked like you and Joe would talk for a little bit, and then Joe would go back and talk to Nico there in the fourth quarter. Do you want him to convey just confidence and attaboy, or is it schematic instructions?
A couple of things that I saw, Joe saw, during the course of it, and just help him continue to grow. So Joe's got a great relationship with him. They help each other out. So opportunity for that.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you. We'll have players shortly.
You're on my